Temel, that was a very interesting panel. Could you tell me, we're obviously very excited about the fact that Turkey has been awarded the investment grade from Fitch.
Yeah.
We're expecting maybe Moody's, S&P to follow suit.
Sure.
Is that going to help attract investors into the infrastructure sector in Turkey?
Sure. I mean, I guess my expectation is that it will certainly be a positive development, and it will, of course, make it easier for the investors to make that decision to enter into Turkey, and it will open up the market to new investors that couldn't invest or consider Turkey before. I think that's certain, but the issue is, I think, the bottleneck today in the Turkish market, investment market, the financing market, is mostly about not necessarily the quality of the Turkish market, the prospects of the Turkish market, but mostly about the investors' problems in their home countries, foreign investors' problems there. So the impact of this great upgrade would be much more significant, I believe, back in 2007 mode, which we would see much more immediate impact and money flowing into Turkey. That most probably within today's context will be slower. In overall, though, it will definitely be positive.
Yes, I mean, in 2007, there was the funding but not the projects. Now Turkey needs something between 250 billion and 300 billion by some people's estimates by 2023. But the problem is that many investors don't have perhaps a long-term vision. They want a short-term return. And as you've indicated yourself, with the crisis going on in Europe, and the banking restructurings with Basel II, also Basel III soon as well, are you finding all of those things are making investors reluctant and causing a shortage of liquidity for financing infrastructure projects?
I mean, the Turkish market has a lot of growth prospects, which is a differentiator for Turkey. That definitely makes it much more interesting for investors, and there's a lot of investors looking into investing in Turkey. The issue is that now, as you pointed out, compared to 2007, there's so much more projects to be financed, and there's a clear need that there's a lot of opportunity, ample opportunity to finance those. The issue is that it's so big then that you need pretty much every source of financing, both in terms of debt and equity, and increasingly more equity, to finance these projects. So it's interesting, and I think a lot of people are looking at investing in Turkey, but there is also a very big demand for this money.
So to end on a positive note, can you as the IFC help Turkey to unlock that potential and encourage investors to invest in what is basically a big growth story, one of the few global growth stories at the moment?
Yeah. I mean, one of the key things IFC does is actually mobilize international financiers to finance infrastructure projects in countries like Turkey. And definitely something that has been a role that we've been playing in many infrastructure projects, in particular in the power sector until now, and going forward there will be more of these, and we'll continue to obviously play that role. But as I said, the demand is huge, and there's a lot still to be done.